This video is brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Anina, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Edalis, Dre, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Willow, Danny, Blessing, Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, Lovely, Antonina, Anna, Valen, Ali, Obsessed, Brianna, Nicole, Carnations, Kristen, Tequila, Autumn, Emily, Sarah, Vanessa, Nini, Nura, Matcha, Ava, Yasmin, Leah, Kayla, Ali, Ginny, Vika, Inez, June, Elizabeth, Penguin, Sammy, Roland, Rose, Lydia, Mila, Adrian, Lexi, Bana, Chi, Madison, Beck, Jemiah, Mads, Rachel, Daisy, Honeybee, Jade, Hooves, Rose, Alyss, Caden, Sponge, AJ, Kate, Jay, Praxton, Nicole, Terry, Hollow, Rebecca, Allison, Jacqueline, Jakaria, Mina, Lilith, Ange, Jasmine, Lizard, Haley, Kiki, Illyria, Lady Demista, Zebra, Lala, Ari, Amy, Busy, Molly, Xylosaurus Rex, Lunaris Galaxia, Maya, Novastar, Annie, Tori, Ariel, Bolchi, Bree, Zael, Jenny, Beastie, Leah, Arlo, Lena, and Daddy. If you'd like to support this channel and get some pretty nifty perks such as exclusive weekly audios and novel readings, the link is in the description. Do you really want to know? Is that a question you actually want the answer to? Are you absolutely positive? All right. We are on currently hour 36 of the rut. Yeah, congratulations. It's been 3 days. I don't think anything bad of you. You went through a breakup. That's a really difficult thing to come out on the other side of. I promised you from the start of our friendship that I will always be there for you no matter what the circumstances. And I'm not one to break promises. So here we are. The good news is you have been smiling more today than you have in the past couple. So that's really good to hear and see with my own eyes. You don't have to. That's the great thing. You can process the grief completely on your own. You can go through this whole song and dance in whatever way you want to, at whatever pace makes you feel comfortable. And I promise you, I will be here to aid you through every single step, besides when I have to go to work. Yeah, I promise. I really, really, really do. Well, 2 reasons. One, well, first of all, I'm not too good to you. I am just as good to you as you would be to me. Imagine I was in this scenario instead of you. You would be doing exactly what I'm doing right now. So don't go all, oh, you're doing too much. The reciprocity in this relationship is very, very proper. Anyways, 1, you're acting like this is such a terrible thing for me to do. This is such a horrid process when my whole life has literally designed me to be emotional support. That's all I've ever known, and that's all I ever will be. So this is very, very easy to me. And the emotional support being binge eating and watching movies from our childhood, not exactly top tier effort that I'm having to put in here. Number 2, and I am saying this not as your bestie, not as someone who is like always on your side. I am saying this as someone who is very objective, almost to a fault with certain friends, about the way my friends interact with other people, and is someone who is very harsh and tells the blatant truth regardless of whether it will hurt the other person or not. That man was not good enough for you. No, I've said it before, but I guess you need to hear it again. That man was not good enough for you. He had absolutely no interest in your interests at all. And that's one of the biggest red flags that I can imagine in a partner. He was really, really, really annoying when it came to his interests and how much he wanted to talk about them. But whenever you wanted to divulge your interests, he didn't even listen. He would just pick up his phone and dawdle away with whatever he did on his phone. You had so much appreciation to give someone who did not give any of that appreciation back. To me, that's grounds for termination, but I'm trying to help you see the light that you could easily find a person who is better for you than he is and will provide the support that you deserve to receive and the interest that you deserve to receive, as opposed to that numbskull who, and this is now, we're transitioning over to me talking as your best friend, who literally was going nowhere in life. That man had a Midwest emo band that sounded like dog crap, literally opened for people at house shows. Do you know how bad that is to be opening at house shows? Anyways, you have such a bright future ahead of you, and he would have at some point dragged you down into his misery, although that is not one of the complaints that I had with him during your relationship. Oh yeah, I pay attention to everything. Everything. You as a best friend, you deserve to have someone who is on your side and observes carefully and silently. And when you come to me with questions about anything that you have going on, I want to be properly prepared to actually answer them in a constructive and healthy manner. Why are you acting like this is such a confusing, confounding thing? You know I do this. Yeah, don't you remember when you and Jazz were having that little spat and I literally ran down a list of pros and cons with you to try and salvage the friendship? Yeah, I take my notes just because they're not on pen and paper and they're in the steel trap upstairs. Don't think I don't take my notes. You're my best friend. You would do the same for me. Just because I'm not involved with a lot of crazies and I don't really have many other friends outside of you doesn't mean that the time won't come where you do have to do this stuff for me. Oh, sure. Yeah, come on. No, it's fine. It's fine. I am actually kind of like a furnace right now, and when I put my hand on your shoulder, I can feel that you are pretty cold under there, so just under my right arm, I guess. There has not been a time in the history of our friendship where I have denied a question from you, and it will not start now. So absolutely, this is an AMA. Ask me anything. Ha ha he he. Sorry, it was a bad joke. Anyways, what were you going to ask? Oh, you're so dramatic. No, I'm joking. That's not healthy but if you were in like your normal state of mind right now, you would be laughing at you with me. Will I ever find someone else ever again? First of all, you were dating way below your pay grade, sweetheart. And that sounds wrong. That's not what I meant. You were dating way below your weight class. That also sounds wrong. You were dating someone who was not even in your league at all. That's what I was looking for. Please, I got a little heated, so please excuse my usage of words. You are very easily, if you take a look around, going to find someone who is far more interesting and interested in you. It won't take long. Once you get over this whole thing, you will, and you feel comfortable starting to put yourself out there again, it's going to come immediately. I mean, you're 21. Your high school relationships were pretty irrelevant. You spent your first year focused on college, and now you've dated this dude for 2 years. Come on. You want me to call him by his name? Gary. Gary. You want me to call him Gary? I'm not going to do that. He's not a town in Indiana. I'm not going to do that. Anyways, back to like the positive thing I was saying about you. Yeah. If we went to like a club together, you would be all over you immediately. Granted, most of those would be scumbags, but I'm sure there would be one nice guy that would be interested in buying you a drink or something. Well, no, I know you're not looking for that. I know you're not looking into the future. You're still focused here on the present, which is exactly what you should be doing, so I don't blame you. I know you not looking for anyone else. I totally get that. Not really the time right now. Whenever it is the time, we will be ready and we will put on our best makeup and we will go out there and shine like the stars that we are. I thought I was saying something positive. Clearly I wasn't. No, I don't get it, unfortunately. So you are going to have to expand upon that for me. I'm not. There is no possible way for you are literally in the most vulnerable state right now that I've seen you in a very long time. If I was to take advantage of you in this moment or make fun of you in this moment, that would be I would never be able to forgive myself. I've never done it before, and I promise you I'm not going to do it to you now. I know you were talking about me. You were talking about me and you going to a club, finding you a new boy toy or just a guy. Yeah. I don't know why I said boy toy. Ow, ow. Hey, don't hit my head. I don't got a lot up there, but don't hit it. Don't smack it around. Well, geez. I'm just trying to help. Don't walk into your bedroom. Don't do that. Whatever you do not do that. Okay? All right, cool. All right. I am not mad. You do not have to go hide your head in your pillows and literally lock the door and not let me in for another 3 days, because I know that is the alternative that you were leaning towards. I am just trying to compose myself and figure out the words that I am going to say. That is all that is happening right now. I think you can agree with me that it is important that I get my words straight here. And it would be very detrimental if I said something I didn't mean, or if I misconstrued something to you in the where you are right now. Okay. I'm going to give an explanation, but I am not going to drag on, because you deserve a thought-filled yet succinct answer. You are my best friend in the entire world. There is nothing in the world that would keep me from being your friend. I value our friendship and relationship more than anything that I've ever valued interpersonally. I am saying this genuinely, unfortunately, do not feel that way towards you. And before you run off, I'm going to propose something to you. There are three ways that this can go down. The first way, which is the one that I really would not prefer, is you cut me out of your life forever because of embarrassment and regret. I'm hoping, I know that, but I had to tell you this because I'm not going to just avoid you and not talk about it when you're coming with me face to face about it. So you could shut me out completely, but I think you are well aware of how much this relationship and friendship means to each other, that throwing this away would be a horrible nightmare. And I'm not trying to be weird, but not to mention logistically would also be a nightmare because then living together would be awful. 2, you can take a break from me right now and take your time to digest the information that I have just delivered to you. And you can take your time, and I won't rush you, and everything will be okay, and I won't try and disturb you at all. And then when you are ready to talk further about the subject and how you would like to move forward, and if there's any adjustments that you would like to make to the friendship, or if you would like to, if you've had all that time to think it over, still cut it off with me, I understand. 3, the third option is you and I do not just move past this, because that would insinuate that we're pretending that this never happened, and that would be ridiculous because then something like this would just happen again. But knowing this in mind, and both of us having this kernel of knowledge of how the other one feels, we move forward with the friendship in the way that we always have, because at the end of the day, even if we were to start seeing each other romantically, which once again, we would still be best friends. And we would still interact in the way that best friends do. So the third option is we move forward with this knowledge in the back of our heads, but we just appreciate each other and we act as best friends, as we always have, because that will never change about me. I will always think of you as my best friend, as the person that I care most in the world about. You don't have to be sorry. You can take as much time as you need. I will either be here if you want me to be, or I will not be here if you want me to be. Either. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I still think the world of you. This doesn't change anything, okay? Yeah. You are holding on to me tighter than you ever have. I did not say it was a bad thing. Two things. One, I'm very glad that you chose the third option because I want to, I kind of really want to be here with you for the rest of this process. And two, I hope that this conversation still does not prevent us from cuddling because you are the best cuddle partner that has ever been. I hope that's still okay. Okay. So I think I know what we need right now. And we need pizza. We need pizza. Listen, I know we already had Mexican today. We need pizza. It's just protocol at this point. I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bit emotional too, so I need to eat my emotions away. No, honestly, thank you for being so understanding. Thank you for letting me say what I had to say because I know how left that could have gone. And I would literally cry myself to sleep if I had to sit out here and watch all of these straight to DVD Disney sequels by myself. That would be a nightmare. Yeah, thank God I have you. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I was in like the conversation was so intense. You have like a little bit of like moose tracks on your cheek. Yeah. Yeah, it's like dried up ice cream on your cheek. We have had this entire conversation while that has been there. That is bananas. Wow. I can't believe that. Oh my goodness. That could you imagine me interrupting just in the middle of saying, and I will always be the, oh my God, you have dried up ice cream on